when I say human trafficking, right? When I say, better yet, when I say child sex trafficking, what is it that you picture in your mind?
I picture obviously a young human being. They're probably like, I would assume they're probably like 5 to like maybe like 14 years old. I'm just assuming here. And they're being taken and then transferred a whole bunch of times over state borders, over national borders, and just used for profit for some higher up thing. Like I'm assuming they're just being sold over and over and over again. And whoever has them at that time can do whatever they wish. Almost pretty much slavery.
Okay. And honestly, bro, that is typically like the answer I'll get. Sometimes people will add in dirty basements or cages or what have you. Essentially, typically every time I'll pick somebody in the audience of my trainings and I'll ask that question, and it typically will sound like a scene from the movie Taken with Liam Neeson. That's typically what is described. And I'm not saying those things don't happen. They absolutely do. I've witnessed it a million times. However, 90% of child sex trafficking is typically happening down the block from you with little Susie, whose uncle has to pay off a drug debt. This is obviously just one example. But the notion that everything comes from Hollywood and all these kids are being transported in tunnels to other countries, those egregious type things happen. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein was an obvious that it, there you go. There's the example of those horrible, egregious things happening. But due to the volume, it couldn't be just that, right? It can't be those type of fantastical stories, which again are real, but the majority is in poverty-stricken areas of the city you're currently living in with family members. Again, familial trafficking is the most common type of child trafficking. Someone in their family is doing it to them. And it's a horrible thing to say. It's horrible to think of, but it's just the facts.